Case in Point Network presents.
Couldn't be a better day for us to do a podcast, except for maybe like yesterday.
The one and only podcast for the nerds, the weirdos, the psychos, the masses. Mashing Joys starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Today is May 21st, 2021, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 18 of the Mashing Joys podcast. It is great to be back. I am, as always, your host, Cody Myers, aka Mediocre Panda, and joining me across in the sweet trash panda hat over here, my co-host, my cousin, and co-conspirator for world domination, Mr. Jason Kaysen. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Not sure why we introduced the show like it was St. Patrick's Day, but I'm all for it. Could have definitely been like a proper 12 ad for sure. Speaking of which, Connor, I know you just sold, but we can endorse for you and try it out. So
yeah, I mean, like proper 12. We're looking for our sponsors.
Yeah.
I'll drink. I'm not much of a whiskey guy, but I'll drink your whiskey.
I'm a garbage disposal when it comes to liquids, so especially alcoholic ones.
That's true. I've seen it in action. We have video of it. It's hilarious.
We do.
Still happy you found your Oakleys though.
Me too. 100%.
Yeah, that would have been heartbreaking.
100%. I am glad glad those were found because I just bought those.
Yes. So we have once again, like a couple of stooges. It's been about a month since we last convened for a Mashing Joys sesh. But once again, we're up to shenanigans and we were doing stuff.
Nannies.
So let's talk about individually what we're going on about, right? Like, what have you been doing with your time?
A lot. And I won't give away what we're going to talk about, what we've been doing as a group and what's coming, but I was doing that. But also completely destroying every noob on the show. Literally played a guy. His name was Make You Quit Faux Show, and I made him quit. Like that's how we're rolling right now. So been streaming that a little bit, grinding that. Team's looking absolutely stacked.
Team's looking fresh, my guy.
Yeah, definitely looking stacked. But yeah, just been watching, finished a couple Disney Plus series, getting that done out of the way, watching some TV shows, getting stuff. Nothing really like Falcon Winter Soldier was great. Finished that. I'm not sure if last time we recorded if I finished WandaVision yet, but finished that. That was great.
WandaVision was spectacular.
It was. And then I'm on the Mighty Ducks Game Changers.
Nice, yes.
It's actually pretty good. I would like to say that I basically called the entire series how this was going to go down, and it's going down perfectly. It's literally the Mighty Ducks movies, just with new characters, and Bombay's still there and like a couple cameos. But like I legit watched it and I was like, okay, this is like not great. Mm-hmm. Like it's nostalgic, don't get me wrong, but it's like it's not great. The storyline is okay, the acting is subpar, over the top. But then I was like, but how does it compare to like the original Mighty Ducks movies? So I actually went back and watched all 3 Mighty Ducks movies to see like now that I watch it as an adult, do I get the same feeling? Mighty Ducks holds up. Like it's still like you still get goosebumps when Conway does the triple deke. You still get the goosebumps when freaking Iceland and the Icelandic coach and Bombay are going one-on-one triple post. Like you still get the nostalgia. You still get the goosebumps. But now watching those and watching the series, it's identical. Like literally the storylines follow it. Identical. Bombay has like a mindset, and then he changes his mindset, and they kind of all rally together. And like the new coach does exactly what Bombay does, grinds his team to where he wants it to be with, like his energetic win, but have fun. I'm not going to be the asshole coach. And then starts to be the asshole coach and realizes like, oh shit, I'm being the asshole coach. It's like literally the timeline is like identical to the movie, but new faces, new storyline, which is kind of cool. They tie in Bombay to this storyline that's kind of odd. Like it's obviously years in the future from when Bombay led Team USA to a Junior World Cup Games victory over Iceland. So that's cool. And then, they brought some of the characters back and did a little reunion thing, which was kind of cool. So it's not done yet. I think there's either 1 or 2 more episodes left, but so far it's good enough to keep watching. Let's say that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been on. The show and Mighty Ducks Game Changers. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Fucking A, bro. I like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What have you been up to?
I have been rediscovering my love for certain things lately. I've taken a bit of a break from streaming to kind of,
been noticed.
Yep. Taking a break, resetting. So kind of going back and looking at a lot of stuff. I've really been watching a lot of like horror movie content a lot. Shout out to the YouTube channel Dead Meat. Love their videos.
Okay.
Absolutely phenomenal. Started watching a lot of Rocket League content again. Started playing Rocket League again a little bit here and there.
Back on the League of Rockets.
Yes. And me and Garrett played some hoops one day.
Ooh.
And there was a minute left in the game and we were down 3-0.
Dang.
And then I remembered how to play Rocket League and we won 4-3.
Yes. You'll love to see it.
Like it took us a minute, but we're still pretty decent at the game. There was just a recent update for The Last of Us Part 2, and I've been really like waiting for a good time to get back into that game and play through it again. And then they released the PS5 update so it can have 60 frames per second. So I started replaying that today.
Heck yeah.
And I'm already hella sad, but it's fine. We're gonna get through it. I'm playing it on the second hardest difficulty too. I'm not playing it on grounded because I'm not that masochistic. So
yeah.
But just the usual stuff, grinding league play on Black Ops, playing Warzone with you guys. We dabbled a little bit in the Apex arenas, which was a good time.
It is kind of fun. Out of like, if you were to compare like that style of gameplay, like the purchase marketplace, arena style. I mean, it's at the top for me. Like I would rather play Apex arenas than Rogue.
Yeah.
And whatever that Hyperscape that we wasted like 2 days with.
Well, that was a battle royale.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. And then, the big thing that we've been doing. We teased it, I think the last episode we had, where we talked about Godzilla versus Kong a little bit and how we may have mentioned it, but let's talk about it again. We're going to start up our own movie review segment, little show thing we're going to do. So over the past, few weeks, we've been watching a shit ton of movies. And we're going to be doing some reviews, and you may even see some special guests appearing, some familiar faces, maybe even some new faces. I don't know, It's going to be a good time. Let's run through just real quick, let the people know what have we been watching and what to expect reviews on coming soon. Obviously, Godzilla versus Kong, we already kind of touched on that. We're also looking at Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Those Who Wish Me Dead, that new Angelina Jolie movie that has an absolutely bitchin' cast.
That goated cast.
Yeah. Tom Clancy's Without Remorse on Amazon Prime.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, the GOAT. And hold up.
Yep. Right there.
Right there, dude.
Right there.
And Nobody, Bob Odenkirk.
Odenkirk.
That movie.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait to talk about that movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. Same.
That's just
Little tease. Tease there.
That one I'm excited to talk about.
Yep.
But that's what we've got coming in the tank. That's what we've been up to. Now, we do have more things coming. More things that we're excited to talk about. More entertainment, more media we're wanting to just digest, right? New movies, new games. Jason, what do we got coming up, my man?
So a lot of movies are coming out, and I don't want to bore everyone with all the movies coming out, but we got Quiet Place 2 coming out on your birthday. Shout out. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard will be coming out, the sequel to Hitman's Bodyguard. They're adding a goated cast, a little over the top comedy, obviously, with Ryan Reynolds and Sam L, but adding Selma and adding Morgan Freeman is like, it's gonna, obviously you have to go over the top for a sequel. F9, who cares? That'll be out in June 30th. Seriously, stop making those movies. Just please stop. And I know that there's going to be one more. Just please stop. Thank you. July is going to be a pretty goated month. Out of all these months, like you have Black Widow, Space Jam, the Snake Eyes origin looks freaking dope. That's in July. August, you'll have Suicide Squad. Free Guy, which we were talking about, that movie was rumored years ago, and the trailer looked awesome. Just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds. It's kind of like a live action Wreck-It Ralph, but like roles are flipped. Like Wreck-It Ralph, obviously, villain didn't want to be the villain anymore. Ryan Reynolds, this guy that just does the same routine over and over and over in this video game world and wants to escape. Looks super funny. September is going to be it's going to be kind of like eye-opening, because that's like the gateway to all these great movies coming out this year, with Shang-Chi, and then obviously Venom 2 coming out in September, which new trailer out for Let There Be Carnage. And let me tell you, Woody Harrelson's about to blow the roof off.
True.
Legit might enter the realm of greatest on-screen villain. Like, that's how good I think he can take that character. And then we get into October, November, and December, and the holidays never disappoint when it comes to movies, especially this year, because you have a ton of movies that were supposed to come out last year, the year before, that have been pushed out. So Dune coming out October 1st, that movie's been so hyped for so many years. It reminds me of like Avatar, and I'm kind of afraid that movie might not live up to the snuff, but looks good. 007 No Time to Die, that's also coming out in October. And then Jackass, the new Jackass is coming out. Little story came out last week. Steve-O and Knoxville have already been hospitalized, and it's like the second week of shooting stunts.
Jesus.
They've already been hospitalized.
I heard a thing not too long ago. I don't know what the merit is to this. I just remember seeing a headline. Apparently, I believe it was Bam Margera got kicked off the set. Like, he is not going to be in the movie, and he was calling for people to boycott the movie.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there. I know
either.
No.
We shall see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll have to look into it.
The fact that Knoxville, because like if you look back at the movies, like the first one, Knoxville took some hits. Like Knoxville was really like biting the bullet. And then like after that, it was kind of like known that he was like the man of the show.
Yeah.
And then he was kind of like more of like the director in the rest of them. The fact that he's like second week of shooting already hospitalized tells me he's jumping right back on the saddle. He's getting right back in it. And of course, Steve-O is. I mean, the dude that dude's fucking insane. So I'm not surprised that he's in the hospital at all. But it is definitely showing that that group's been through a lot. And they probably shouldn't have come out with this movie, but I will definitely be watching it because Jackass. You know, you gotta watch it.
I love Steve-O, bro. Have you heard of his podcast?
Oh yeah, his podcast is awesome,
dude. So good,
so good.
Almost like all as good as like Mashing Joys.
Yeah, almost as good as that. Then you get into November, and December is where the big money movies are coming out. The ones that have been, talked about forever all year. And actually, most of these are ones that were already supposed to come out in 2021 that haven't really been pushed back. Eternals, November 5th, Ghostbusters Afterlife, November 11th, Top Gun Maverick, November 19th, and then Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City will be November 24th. And then December, you have Spider-Man No Way Home, December 17th, and then Matrix 4, December 22nd. And then just because my kids love this movie, I put in Hotel Transylvania 4 will also be coming out on December 22nd. The Matrix will be a midnight watch on HBO Max for me, and then Hotel Transylvania will probably be later that weekend with the boys. But some pretty goated movies, hopefully, with this whole COVID thing kind of starting to fade away a little bit with vaccines going off. Hopefully these movie theaters are starting to see some profit to really help drive these movies to hit their release dates. And because that's the last thing we need. The last thing we need is, October creeping around the corner and movie theaters take a massive hit. And now they're starting to shut down theaters, and then everyone wants to start pulling movies off, because then you're going to have new deals with HBO and Showtime and all these streaming services. HBO Max was very smart getting into it now, because now that theaters are coming out, they're still locked in to have it released, but they're allowing, these production companies to actually put the movies out in theaters still. Whereas if they waited to where theaters get shut down, now they have to find a service. Most of these are already locked into a service, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, Black Widow and Shang-Chi and Eternals and all the, we'll probably see them on their released platforms, like obviously Black Widow, Disney Plus. And so we'll see how that goes. But with movie theaters kind of coming back, I actually heard a rumor. My neighborhood actually had a city meeting about some of the open land that's right off the main street here. And apparently they're putting a movie theater in out here. Ooh. So the fact that a movie theater is being discussed about being put in tells me that, maybe the industry isn't completely dead. So that's great. Exciting. Yeah, very exciting. So yeah, that's the movies that are that we're highlighting. There's obviously a lot more, but these were the ones that are probably the most hyped and most talked about coming out. I will say, out of all these movies, I am the most excited for, this is what's hard. Black Widow, I'm excited for, but I'm also not, because it's been pushed out so long. We know that, spoiler for anyone that hasn't seen Endgame, but we know that Natasha's dead. So this is literally just a final plot for her, and then to set up, phase 4. And it's been pushed out 5,000 times. So I'm really not excited for it. I'm ready for it, but I'm not excited for it. Out of all of these, probably the one I'm most excited for is probably Venom. Venom or 007. Those are probably the two that I'm most excited for. And then obviously Spider-Man and Matrix 4, but those will be near the end of the year.
I'm really excited for Dune.
Dune, yeah. And that's the thing, that I just don't want to get too hyped on Dune and then it fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's fair. 007 will be it's a 007 movie.
Yep.
I mean, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yep. Daniel Craig, the Brett Favre of actors?
Yes. No.
Oh.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan's the Brett Favre?
Yeah, dude, look at him. He's fucking like a million.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
know,
doing
but
like
I mean, like,
Mamma Mia 17, bro. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, like Daniel Craig's always like, "This is my last 007 movie," and then he
Oh,
comes
yeah,
back
then-
and does
all right,
another
that's-
007.
That's fair, I suppose.
Pierce Brosnan's doing Mamma Mia. That was good.
Here we go again, dude.
Here we go. Oh, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's awesome. Aside from Dune, is there anything else that sticks out to you?
Spoodermans.
Spoodermans.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Venom. I count both. Venom less so. I just remember the cliffhanger of like the end credit scene or the mid credit scene or whatever of Far From Home. And I'm just like, yeah, that's what I want. I want more of that, please, now, immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go into like what happens for people who haven't seen it. Just go watch that movie. It's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. I'd be
and then
more
The
excited
Matrix.
if Venom was coming out after Spider-Man, if they found a way to have Spider-Man make an appearance.
Yeah.
Would be awesome.
Well, I mean, technically Sony could, in theory, do that.
Wait a minute. Because Garfield's not in the new Spider-Man.
Allegedly.
What if Venom was like,
no.
"Hey, you wanna come be in this out of spite since you weren't in the new Spider-Man? We'll give you a cameo. We'll give you your suit back."
That'd be horrible.
What I'm upset about is, okay, Garfield was not that whole those movies weren't the best Spider-Mans, obviously. They still weren't like absolutely terrible. The fact that they're bringing back Jamie Foxx and not Andrew Garfield, like Jamie Foxx was way worse than Andrew Garfield. Way worse. Electro was terrible. Awful. His representation of Electro was worse than Doctor Doom. And Doctor Doom was bad. Like, bad. The fact that he gets to be in the movie and Garfield doesn't, like, I don't know. Like, I agree with not having Garfield in there, but you don't put Jamie Foxx in there. Like, Electro was awful. Just absolutely awful. And if he is in it, they better throw Marvel jokes at it. Like what Ryan Reynolds did about Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have to. They have to be like, who's the blue blob? Who's this guy? Who's the night putty?
Who's this guy?
Yeah, they better, because I like what they're doing with that movie. Like the thought of that movie, like bringing in different like realms and doing the whole fucking thing. Like I like it. I really do. But like if you're gonna X those movies out by taking out that Spider-Man, you have to take out everything with it. It's gone. You got to get it out.
Get it out.
Get it out. But anyways, Matrix 4 should be good. I'm excited that that's on HBO. That's gonna be
Yeah, that'll be hype.
Yeah.
Now we also have some games coming out.
cool.
We even have a game coming out today, right now. If you're watching this video on launch day, that game Knockout City, we were talking about it earlier. EA game, being published by EA.
Mhm.
Fucking dodgeball, Splatoon, Hyperscape, fucking Rocket Arena, all this shit, bro. That's gonna be. It looks like it's a lot of fun. Destruction All Stars kind of has that same art style to it.
Yeah, like the cartoony characters.
Yeah, that looks pretty dope. And if you're listening to this on launch day, they are offering a 10-day free trial, May 21st to May 30th. So maybe you'll catch the boys playing it. Maybe on twitch.tv/smashingjoys or something. I don't know. Just a thought. You'd have to follow and find out.
Just a thought.
But we have some games coming out. Some games already out, but we're just getting ports of.
Mhm.
Like Among Us and Fall Guys. Fall Guys going to consoles it wasn't on, Xbox and Switch, and then Among Us coming to the actual consoles, Xbox and PlayStation.
Mhm.
So that'll be pretty cool. I mean, it's still pretty damn popular game. Didn't die out quite as fast as Fall Guys did. But it's definitely kind of toned down a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I'm not getting invited to Among Us groups every single day anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
But we do have some new games that are coming out for the first time ever. Like a little game called Wreckfest coming out just in a couple weeks here.
Yep.
And you told me earlier that is going to be a PlayStation Plus free release.
Yes, sir.
That's nice. I like that they're doing that more now. I like that because Xbox has been doing that for a while with their Game Pass, being like, hey, if you have Game Pass, guess what? Crackdown 3, you get to play it at launch. Fucking Halo Infinite in 2073, when that comes out, that you'll be able to play for free with Game Pass.
I mean, 2773.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. On the Xbox 73.
Yeah. On the Xbox 69, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Mario Golf Super Rush coming.
So excited for this.
June on the Soldier console.
Tell me one fucking Mario sports game that hasn't fucking slapped. There isn't one. There isn't a single Mario game that hasn't fucking slapped. They could come out with Super Mario Cricket and I'd fucking play the shit out of that. They could come out with Super Mario Croquet and I would play the living shit out of that. These games are amazing. You integrate all the Mario characters. Literally, they should do more of these. I'm actually quite frustrated that this is only going to be the second Mario sports game out on the Switch, because they have tennis already, Tennis Aces, or Mario Aces, whatever the fuck they call it. But like, if you look at the Wii, you had the Super Sluggers, you had the soccer, you had tennis, you had golf, you had all of them. I mean, the only one that they didn't have was they didn't have the basketball one on the Switch, but they had the basketball on the DS. So, I mean, all of those sports games are absolutely amazing. They need to do more of these. I'm really hoping that this like really takes off when they release it in June, because when they released Mario Aces, like the Switch was kind of popular, but ever since quarantine, the Switch has never been more popular. So to now add this game as we're coming out of that, like this game needs to take off, so they start putting more money into this genre for sure. Like, out of all these games that we're going over, obviously one on there I've been like hype training since day one and it keeps getting pushed back and I'm kind of pissed off about it. But aside from that game, Mario Golf Super Rush, lock it in. Let's go.
Yes, absolutely. As I told you before when we were talking about this earlier, if my Switch still worked, I'd be super hype about it as well. But instead, it just makes me a little sad.
A little sad.
Almost as sad as Deathloop getting fucking delayed, right? That's a game I've been very excited for, and I won't stop talking about it.
Yep.
It's coming out in September. It for sure, it's coming out in September.
Yep.
Probably unfinished, but it's coming out in September. Also coming out in September, Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Freaking another goated game.
Yes.
Look back at Hot Wheels game history. There isn't a single Hot Wheels game that sucks.
True. I used to have a Hot Wheels game on my PC when I was a kid, and that game was fucking fire. It's like
Need for Speed meets Roller Coaster Tycoon.
That's a really good way to put it.
It's amazing. Like, you can build your tracks, you can race other tracks, and now that this game's coming out in such like on the newer consoles, like the graphics are going to be amazing. The sound, the controller being adapted it's going to be amazing. The online play is going to be outstanding. Like, yeah, I'm so excited for this. Like, I shouldn't be. As a 29-year-old, I shouldn't be, but I am. Like, dude, I am the most excited for Mario Golf and Hot Wheels Unleashed. Let's go.
Never grow up, kids.
Never grow up. Wear panda hats, rock Star Wars glasses, have a fucking 200 movie collection, and only play Mario sports games and Hot Wheels games.
True. That's words I tell myself every night before bed. We also have some games that are shooting for a release this year, but we don't have confirmation on. One of which is the actual game Jason gets depressed about being pushed back, which is the Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
Yeah.
He found out about that game one day and then 2 minutes later found out it was delayed and his soul was crushed.
Yeah.
Or it might have been Far Cry 6. I can't
It was
remember.
definitely Far Cry 6.
Yeah.
But now that you brought up Lego Star Wars, yes, that's on the list as well. That's on that list as well. The other one though, like Star Wars Hunters, I saw the cover art for it a while ago, but I never knew what it was. It's a competitive shooter, Star Wars shooter, only for the Switch.
That's wild.
Yeah, like I kind of want to see more.
Whose idea was that?
Probably some nerd that was sick and tired of watching his friends play Battlefront when he couldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, coming soon to the Switch and Stadia. It's not actually coming out on the Stadia.
Coming to an Atari near you.
Yeah, dude. I made
Star
the
Wars
joke about the
Hunters.
Soldier console earlier.
You did. Soldier.
Dude, I wish I could get that still. Just for the memes, bro.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. But I'm curious to see more on the Star Wars Hunters. Like there's a lot of these games are like big money grabs, and to not have them released during the holidays scares me, because then that means they're going to want to release them for the next holiday, which like Lego Star Wars, they could probably release that whenever and it'd still get hype. But like a Switch only Star Wars game, like that screams Black Friday deal to me.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6, that's, Christmas time. Like that's
Yeah.
the big game that everyone's going to be asking for, aside from your Call of Duties and your Maddens and your regular releases every year. But
Yeah.
big titles, that's going to be part of it. Plus everyone knowing that Halo keeps getting pushed out, a lot of these games are going to try to get out now so they're not competing with Halo.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I mean, that would suck if Far Cry 6 was like, oh, we've hit another delay, we're releasing it in June of 2022, and then Halo comes out and they're like, we're releasing our game June 2022. Far Cry 6 is gonna be like, fuck.
But never fear, children.
I would still play it over Halo.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Fuck it.
But coming soon, in just a few weeks here, June 12th through the 15th, we are getting E3, which means you're going to start seeing our lovely faces a lot more, because we're going to have more things to talk about all the time.
I like that we're seeing a
great.
lot of these like gaming companies coming out and like saying we will not be attending E3. It's like, look, motherfucker, you haven't put a game out in 3 fucking years. No one cares. Like, don't tell us that you're not showing. Like, I don't fucking care. You have nothing going for you. And even if you did, no one wants to play your game. So please get the garbage out of E3. Like, allow E3 to just be the ooh and the ah moment that we need right now. None of your fucking, we've created this new Pac-Man combo game that you can play on your phone that will also display stats on your new console. No one fucking cares. I don't know if that's real, but if it was, I'm sure that that's something that they'd pitch and it would suck. So there it is.
I'm sure it's already in production.
Yeah.
And just know you're never seeing a penny for it.
That's fine. It
So
would fucking suck. If I don't see a penny, that means I don't see a bad review, and I'm good with that.
I'm gonna find a bad review. But yeah, so E3's coming up. One thing I saw about it already is that Xbox and their new best friend Bethesda are doing their conference together. Wow, fun.
Fezbox.
Yeah, dude. I like that, except I don't.
Boxed.
I'm gonna go with the first one first.
Yep.
That one was way better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna have some new games coming out and some new footage of games we already know about. Maybe a little Horizon 2, maybe a little God of War, maybe stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some Far Cry 6 gameplay.
Oh, please.
Oh my god,
But
dude.
gameplay. I don't want to see fucking cinematic. Like, that's the whole point of that game, is watching that for the first time.
Yeah.
Don't pull a Mortal Kombat and show me the first 7 minutes of the movie a week before it comes out. Like, I don't want to see that. Show me actual gameplay. I want to see what the characters look like on the new consoles, how the gameplay looks on the new console. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see all the theatrical, like, I don't want to see that. I want to see the gameplay so I can be like, yep, this is going to be great. Please take your time, get it out.
Yep. Same thing with me in Deathloop. I'm like, please.
Yeah.
I need
seriously.
more.
Yeah.
I watched through those trailers again today.
Dude, Deathloop it's going to steal the show whenever it comes out.
I really hope so, man.
As long as it comes out with no like glitches or whatever, like, it's going to steal the show for sure.
Yeah. Which is the only thing that worries me, because it is, at the end of the day, a Bethesda title.
Yeah.
So hopefully we won't witness the fall of 76 again, because that was fucking horseshit. But let's talk about something good. Okay. Mr. Editor Man Jason, I would like for you to put somewhere on this screen,
We'll put it right
somewhere. Yeah, we'll put it like
right in there.
just cover my whole screen
Okay.
with this
Your
tweet, because
And
I tweeted out.
Wow.
I'm so confused, but
It's
it's
gonna
fine.
be on your face, and it's me saying, "Wow."
Oh shit. I tweeted out on the release day of the new consoles, if there's one thing that is a must for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, it is a Discord app for consoles, with everything going cross-platform and in-game parties still being mediocre at best. It would be a big quality of life improvement for console gaming. And then on May 3rd, PlayStation announces a new partnership with Discord. And what can I say except you're welcome? I'm very happy about it.
Clearly,
I'm super stoked about
you
it.
just sang Dewey Johnson's best song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwayne Dwayneson, like I said.
Yeah. Good for you. That was a good. But they did it strictly for you.
Yeah, that's what
They
I
saw
thought.
your tweet and they were like, "Oh my god, this kid's on
why haven't
something.
we thought about this?
This kid is on to something
Yeah,
right now."
I'm just saying, bro. Like, I'd probably be
One
a
thing that was
strategist.
brought up though that I didn't look into, because I was looking at it more of like how you were looking at it, as far as, you know, cross-platform communication and, you know, syncing with your normal Discord that you already probably have opened on your PC while you're playing these games. But one thing that was brought up is Discord going to start dabbling into the streaming part of it and really focus on opening up the stream sphere? And then now that they're tapped into the consoles, being able to stream to Discord directly from the console and making that push over Twitch. Because that was something that Davis Bros and Pepe started talking about when I brought it up. I was kind of bouncing the idea off of them, and they were curious as to if Discord was going to make that push. I don't think that that's where they're going to go with it, but they made some good points as to the doorway that this opens up for them. And if I'm Twitch, you know, I'd just be, you know, I'm not scared yet, but I'd definitely be just, you know, checking over my shoulder real quick just to make sure that I'm not going to get cut out.
Well, I think one thing about it, just with the way Discord is set up, kind of makes it hard to go that route. I mean, there are like featured servers and verified servers and things like that for like streamers that they'll send out like an open invite, you know, and people can just join whenever they want and stuff. So I'd like them to keep like the screen share capability that you have on PC, being able to share your screen to a server on through the PlayStation. That'd be really cool.
That'd be cool.
But with the way the servers and everything set up, I don't see it becoming like a public forum like Twitch is.
Yeah.
I don't see it becoming like a real streaming contender. I feel like it's a really good way for like diehard fans, like people who you'd see, subscribing to someone's Patreon account or something like that, if they want extra content going into there, and also, meeting like-minded people and things like that. But I don't, it would basically be a complete overhaul of how Discord like fundamentally works.
Yeah.
For them to get like into.
And I think that's where they were going, is like, with this, does this open the door for them to look at it and be like, is this something we want to start pumping money into and like moving it towards this direction? I think I like Discord the way we use Discord now.
Yes.
I don't know if I would like Discord once it kind of starts opening up its servers and becoming a public forum. Like, I feel like it's just, now you're creating. However, if there was ever a time for them to do it, right now would be that time. You're just coming out of all of this, gamer, movement of all these big time gamers leaving Twitch, coming back to Twitch, trying out YouTube, doing all these things. And, shout out to, all the companies that made an effort. Your run was good. But if I was Discord, like, this is like the perfect, if you were going to do that, if this is your thought, now is the time to do it. And it literally needs to happen once like the PlayStation 5 Discord thing is official and it comes out. Like, that's when they need to do it, because then you're going to start seeing, I legit think like Discord is so beloved that if it did, and if it proved to be a pretty good service and it kind of opened it up to really endorse it by plucking a few gamers, I guarantee you there's some top level gamers that would try Discord over Twitch just to test it out and see if it works, because they have the fan base to move with them. But in broad strokes, I hope that they don't, because I'm selfish and I like Discord the way that it is. And please keep Discord the same. Hashtag keep Discord the same.
Hashtag keep Discord the same. Do the John Oliver thing.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. I don't think from looking at the community that Discord has and its following, I don't think that's a good idea from a business standpoint.
For sure.
To go that way. I think that at the end of the day would make the program harder to use. And when I first started using Discord, it was a little bit hard for me to figure out. But now that I've spent some fucking hours in it, like I kind of get it now.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's the thing too. Like, they'll probably lose a lot of people if they start streamlining it and making it simple, because then you're going to have more people coming in that you don't want in Discord.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to become a whole clusterfuck. So,
yeah.
And that was kind of my argument as to why I didn't want them to do it. But hypothetically, if they were going to, now would be the time to do it.
Yeah. That is a good hypothetical question. And in short terms, please no.
Please
is what we've decided on here.
Hashtag keep Discord the same.
Yeah.
Also hashtag please no.
Yeah. Hashtag please no.
That's
that. Hashtag please no. Now, that's all cool for people like us, right? People, hey, we have our PlayStation 5s. If you don't have a PlayStation 5, well, you might be waiting a bit longer. I saw an article very recently saying that PlayStation will basically not have an available stock of PlayStation 5s until 2022. Yikes, what a time to be alive.
Shout out Costco.
Yeah, shout out Costco, shout out Target, you know what I mean? Like, we got our shit done.
And I know our boy Valley is watching this episode. I don't want to jinx it, but let's just say I have yet to have a single crash compared to your 5,000 crashes. So pretty sure it was the console that you purchased, bud. You should have returned it when we told you to. Hopefully you don't have any more issues, but it was worth the wait.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You definitely hate to see it.
This is becoming a real problem now.
Oh yeah.
We already talked about how what an absolute clusterfuck pre-orders were, and then trying to get a console on release day was a experience and a half. I was very lucky, and I don't know how. Like,
Jesus loves you.
We talked about it at the exact same time. Like,
Yep.
we were literally talking when it happened.
Yep.
And I was like, what the fuck just happened? But with the pandemic, thank God we're starting to come out of this thing. We're not done.
Nope.
But we're still, we're making positive steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still a demand for all of these, computer products. That's why I was just searching earlier on graphics cards for PCs, and you're not going to find a good graphics card, like even a halfway decent graphics card right now, for less than like $300.
It's insane.
Like, if you want top of the line shit, you're looking paying like $3,000 range.
Yeah, exactly.
At like,
it's crazy.
The bottom for top of the line product, and I think that's probably a manufacturing thing, right? Or at least a shipping thing.
Yeah.
They're not able to get the stock of this stuff. And that's also coming down hard on the console industry.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's coming down on a lot of industries.
Yeah.
I mean, rental cars right now. So Haley, Kayla, and myself are looking at going to Salt Lake for Zay's birthday, because we take him to the Salt Lake Zoo every year. So we were thinking about going down there, hitting up Top Golf, in and out,
Yeah.
And it's like $500 for a rental car.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's insane. And then obviously the I was told the other day, we are in a chicken strip shortage. Yeah. Hashtag free the chickens. I went to a bowling alley for Mr. Rucky's birthday. Shout out Jeremy. And I was like, oh, I've heard Westie's bowling alley has the best chicken strips and honey mustard.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta get me some. So I show up, and the first thing I was like, oh, I'm so excited to get these chicken strips. And they're like, oh, you might want to go order now because they have a chicken strip shortage. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, I'm dead serious. I was like, no shot.
Yeah, bro.
Didn't believe it. Didn't get my chicken strips. But then I was like, you know what? What's a good substitute? Wendy's spicy nugs. Go to Wendy's, order spicy nugs. Guess what they're out of?
Spicy nugs. Yeah, I think it's because of I know I've been working in the restaurant industry,
Yes.
for anyone who knows me, for the past, almost 3 years now. Crazy, that's only been 3 years since I got into this thing, or 3-4 years, something like that. I don't know. It all blurs together at some point. But I know there was one point where me and one of my chefs were talking, where apparently at some point during, the pandemic, there was meat packing plants and outbreaks in meat packing plants. So there were shortages on a lot of chicken. I know there was something with Tyson at one point.
Oh, wow.
So like a lot of packing plants, a lot of food manufacturers just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
They were losing their employees, losing their product. Like, it's been crazy. This last fucking almost year and a half now, or 14 months, 15 months have been fucking insane.
Yep.
For
I mean, like,
everyone.
even in my industry, like for us, it's, we're being told that, prices are up because we were literally strangled into deals that we've worked prior to the pandemic, because some of the parts that we order, there's only 2 manufacturers for this type of part, and none of those manufacturers are taking new customers right now because they're so afraid that they're going to get such high demand that they're not going to be able to meet those demands. So they're not allowing any new customers, so new vendors can't come buy their product, so they're raising the prices. And because there's only 2 manufacturers, if you're tied into manufacturer B, you can't tell them to fuck off because it's too expensive. I'm going to option A because option A is not taking new customers. So they can literally just raise these prices and you have to either eat the cost or decide you're not going to sell it anymore. Like, obviously, especially now, like when you have a stoppage and then that stoppage creates demand once everything opens back up, and then you just can't meet demand. That's where the shortages come into play. And especially when we're talking about food, that's something where you can't just leave food on a shelf for a year and a half and then decide, oh, hey, look, I still have this stock from when you guys weren't buying it. Like, that's not how that works. Like, you have to constantly rotate through it. So yeah, I mean, if it's happening in the industry where it's a physical part that can sit on a shelf for a year and a half, then it's definitely going to happen in the food industry. And then obviously when you have technology that's constantly advancing, like the developers and the scientists that are making this stuff, they're not going to stop. Just because things aren't coming out doesn't mean they're not going to keep trying to improve whatever's out there already. So new stuff is going to continue to come out, but now we can't make it because we can't get parts, or we can get parts, but the price is just absolutely outrageous. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm kind of surprised that obviously the release prior to the pandemic was botched by PlayStation. So, by using the pandemic as their excuses, that's not the way that we're going. But to botch it and then the pandemic making it worse is not helping anyone that wants it. And everyone right now has the money to get it. And it's, they're not available. But I'm not, honestly, for me, I don't buy into the fact that like it can't be made. It could probably be made just for more money, and it might not make sense for you right now as you're doing your books, but I guarantee you people that have been waiting for a PS5 would be willing to pay another $50 to $100 to get a console. I guarantee, like, maybe not 100% of the people, but at least 60% of the people would be willing to pay. I mean, there's people that are paying $1,000 on the secondhand market to buy these things.
Yeah.
Like, you mean to tell me that Sony doesn't see that? And they're not like, okay, yes, we understand that this component in the console is going to cost us more because now we have to get it from so-and-so, or we have to, get it here. Or now we have to pay a new program to develop something new to, like, at that point, like, I feel like you absolutely could. And I will give PlayStation and Sony credit. They are staying ahead of it. Like, they're not saying like, hey, more are coming out soon, and then they never come out and they're like, oh, hey, by the way, it's coming out in 2022. Like, they're either not telling us anything, or when they tell us, they're being upfront about it. They're not like beating around the bush. The problem is they're not doing it right up front. They're waiting and, making us anticipate a little bit. And then they're like, oh, hey, by the way, we're probably not going to see console stock until, 2022. When this whole thing started, you should have, outlined that. But at the same time, they're also not Xbox, where they're like, hey, we're still releasing these bundles all through 2021. And it's like, okay, 2 at Target, 2 at Walmart, freaking 1 on Amazon, and you can only get it in Canada. Like, at least Sony's not doing that.
Yeah.
But still sucks. And I feel for everyone that doesn't have a PlayStation or an Xbox, if that's what you were waiting for.
Yeah, true. Or if you're waiting to get a new graphics card for your computer.
That too.
That's
I feel for those people, because now I'm in that boat.
Yep. But despite all the shortages and everything, that has not stopped Sony from pumping out these sexy bitches, whichever side of the screen you decide to put the picture up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom. New controllers, midnight black. And it was like something, it's fucking red. And it looks really cool. That's what it's called. It's midnight black and it's fucking red.
Red.
Yeah. They look so good, bro. Oh my god. Except they're so expensive.
Yeah.
And I will say this as someone who is a big fan, a big fan of the DualShock 4, great controller. I think the DualSense is my new favorite controller.
It's awesome.
It's so good.
It's bulky. It fits the hand perfectly.
Yeah.
It like the DualShock 4 was nice, but even like if you got frustrated.
Oh yeah, you could hear that shit crinkle.
Like this one, like I'm legit, like you can kind of hear it, and I'm like really putting force into it. Like this thing is, we don't need to. You can show everyone the casualty.
It's kind of separating there. Definitely didn't slam this thing on my hardwood desk a few times.
This is one. So the DualShock 4, I got comfortable throwing it at walls.
Yeah,
like comfortable. I ain't throwing this at my wall. This going through the wall. Like I ain't throwing it. I'll throw it in the ground. Threw it on the ground. Yeah. I'm not throwing it at the wall.
My dad's not a phone.
My dad's not a phone. Yeah. So I agree with you. New favorite controller. The fact that they're coming out with 2 of the 4 best colorways, because the all black goated. Okay. Yeah, obviously. They already have the white. Okay. Yeah. And then the red goated. Now they need to come out with the crystal. The crystal is the all-time goat, the original transparent crystal.
I'm waiting for like a glossy ass purple.
Yes, and then the purple. That's what they need.
That's what
they need. The crystal and the purple, but a good start for the red and the black. Also, I would love for them to come out with a old school like dove gray.
Yeah,
like the PlayStation 1 controller. That would be sick. But yeah, I'm cool with black and red for now. The fact that they're coming out with the controllers when they can't supply the stock for the consoles is the best part. It's the
well, you can use your controllers on PC. Like, yeah, I have 2 controllers. This one's hooked up to my computer, and when this one dies, it will be hooked up to the computer, and that one will be my PlayStation 1. So like I can play Rocket League and like Rainbow Six and shit, and like and Grand Theft Auto and all that with my DualSense, and it's great, and I love it. I feel so much better playing Rocket League on a sturdier controller because I just get so angry.
Yeah.
But what was the price points on them? Like 70 and 75?
You're asking me like I pre-ordered them or something.
I thought since we absolutely did our journalistic due diligence on this.
And I also absolutely 100% pre-ordered them.
Yeah. So
they're $79.99. Yeah.
Oh shit. So they're $80.
Yeah.
80 bones. Fuck, dude. I'm not gonna be getting one of these for a while then.
Honestly, actually, now that I think about it, I think the black one is $69.99. And the red one's 70.
I know there was one of them was cheaper than the other.
The black one's cheaper than the other.
Okay.
I will actually go into my handy dandy email and look up my Amazon order.
I'm gonna need to text Garrett, bro. Completely off the script here. Did I tell you he ordered me a new microphone for these?
Oh no.
Yeah, so I fucking fucked up the microphone on it, I think. Oof. At least I hope it's just the microphone. I only have problems when the microphone's plugged in. So he ordered me a new microphone off of Astro's website. And I think last I heard, like a week ago, the update said it might have been lost in the mail.
Wow.
Because I have not received it yet, and it's been a few weeks. So
that's what it was. I think it was 69. I'm trying to find the black controller right now. The red one was $74.99.
Okay.
So I think the black one was $69.99.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black one was $69.99. The red one was $74.99. So it's $5 more. Well worth it. They will be shipping on release date, which release date is set for whoops. What? Oh, there it is. Release date is set for June. Why is it telling me free delivery Monday? Is set for because that's if I wanted the white one. Is set for June 18th, and as of right now, current update on Amazonia, the red one is currently unavailable now. So your boy finally got a pre-order in before it was gone on something.
Let's go, Pog.
Small win, small dub.
Let's hit the button just for everyone at home.
Small W. GG. Yeah. So excited there. Very stoked for the new. They look great. They look absolutely amazing.
They look absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to see.
The only
how
thing
they
I'm
feel.
kind of worried about is the red when when you're playing the games and like you're using a character that illuminates a certain color. Like with the white, it looks great. Like when you have the blue or the yellow or the green or whatever, if you're playing a multiplayer game, it looks good. I'm just afraid with the red, it's going to kind of look weird with like a weird LED, like a teal. Like it's just going to look weird. But nevertheless, very excited.
I think it'll look dope.
I'm excited. And I think it was Sigma Red. I think is what it's called. Cosmic Red.
Cosmic Red. That's it. Because when I think of the Cosmos, I think red.
Yeah.
So that is very exciting. Very exciting news. New things coming up. New movies, new video games, new controllers. No new PlayStation 5s, but it is what it is. And new movie reviews coming from your boys. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting to be back and having things to talk about. Very, very good stuff. I don't think we have anything else today, do we?
No, I mean that's the docket.
That's the docket. That's the yeah.
You get it.
Yeah. I was gonna make a reference to Kirby Doc, the hockey player, but it's fine.
That's for hockey talk.
Yeah, that's a case in point type of topic there.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 18. Be on the lookout on the YouTubes. And are we going to release audio versions of the reviews?
I haven't decided yet on that. I guess if the people want it, then we can. It's just harder because like with YouTube, we can set it to playlists. So like when you go on our YouTube, you can strictly select the podcast, or you'll be able to select the movie reviews, just like you're able to select like our top 10s. So I haven't decided yet because then it gets jumbled in, and then you have to title it differently, and it just becomes kind of a headache. But if the people want it, we'll make it happen.
So let us know in the comments on the Twitters and the Instagrams at Mashing Joys. Let us know, do you want an audio version of our movie reviews released on podcast services everywhere? Let us know, and we will do everything we can to make you all happy.
Mm-hmm.
Smile. But yeah, that's it for us. So be on the lookout for the new reviews coming soon. I believe we're starting with Godzilla versus Kong.
Here.
We will be putting that stuff out very, 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 very soon.
Very,
very, very soon. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in with us. We're happy to provide this content, talk about all the new things in our favorite interests, and hopefully your favorite interests too. So make sure to check us out on the socials at Mashing Joys, Twitter and Instagram, Mashing Joys on Facebook, twitch.tv/Mashing Joys for the man in front of me, and at Case in Point Show on the Twitters. You can find me at Mediocre Panda 5 on the Twitters. And you can follow me on Twitch if you want to. I'm not too bothered by it right now. Twitch.tv/Mediocre Panda. Thank you again, folks. I have been Cody.
I'm still Jason.
And this has been Mash and Joys. We thank you for tuning in. And remember, as always, to be safe out there. Get vaccinated. It used to be wear a mask. Now it's get vaccinated. Eat your vegetables. And most importantly, folks, you have a great rest of your day. Thank you. See you.